Hello, hello, hello. This is Young P, YP, as you know me. And I'm in my wrong chair. But here we are. Okay, so I haven't been live in a while. I'm neglecting my YouTube channel. So I thought I'd, dust it off. If anybody is out there, if you're out there at home by yourself, all alone, nothing to do, you can tune into a live stream on the YP channel. I'm going to let people filter in here. Tonight I'm going to do a little reflecting, and let you guys know how things are going with my ketogenic diet, which is having trouble with it a little bit, but I'm going to talk about that. But usually usually I can just go live and there'll be somebody watching. There'll be a few people join, a couple people, and so I've got 5,000 subscribers, but what most people don't know is that people just subscribe and most people never come back. So it helps to get guests, like, inviting a guest and they look at your channel and they say, hey, well, let's see how many subscribers he's got. Oh, he's got 5,000 subscribers. So I'll go on that channel and 5,000 people will see the interview. But that's not how it works. Usually what happens is if you have, I usually get a couple hundred views, on a video. So you're not going to get huge exposure unless you're like a big name or something like that. But, we already have a question in the chat. Thank you for joining us, sir. Let's see what the question is. Rock Lee Thenix says, hello, question. I'm inquiring into orthodoxy now for 6 to 5 months. Anything I need to know? Okay. Well, this is a good question. So, I guess I can tell you my thoughts. Well, a good thing to know is go to services, go to liturgy every Sunday, and keep going, and just keep going, because if you are planning on becoming an Orthodox Christian, obviously you're inquiring, so you haven't made the decision yet. You're not fully there yet. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I don't know if you've had a conversion experience yet. In my own journey, it took some time between when I started going and before I converted and was convinced and decided I was serving Christ. And I actually remember the moment when I looked at Christ in his icon, and I said, I bowed to my icon of Christ, and I said, I will serve you, your will above mine. This kind of conversion experience. So I remember the exact moment. That's actually pretty common that people can remember when they convert to Christ like that. Not everybody's going to have the same experience, but so go to service, go to liturgy every Sunday. That's what I would say. That's what you need to know. And if you're going, make a habit of it. If you're going to be becoming Orthodox, this is something you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. That's what Orthodox people do. They go to church on Sunday, and often not just Sunday, Saturday evening. Well, depending on what tradition you're following. If you go to a roll parish, we're going to Vespers or Vigil or Matins, whatever the service is, the night before Sunday. But I think most important is to go to church on Sunday and make a habit of it. And, it takes about a couple years. You're in an inquirer phase. Try to get to know the priest. Go up to him after church if you have questions, ask for a blessing, and tell them what questions you have, tell them where you are, try to get to know the priest. The priest is the one who's going to be deciding if and when you are going to become a catechumen. So, do your reading, listen to podcasts, watch videos. Don't stay away from the YouTubers that are all about drama and he said, she said, that kind of stuff. Don't watch those. Watch YouTubers that are, well, I would say watch the clergy, the YouTube channels that are actually priests. That's who you should be paying attention to. Don't pay attention to me or Ortho Bros or anything like that. But the priest is the one who is going to be deciding, making you a catechumen. So get to know the priest, express your interest, tell him where you are. And if you decide you want to become Orthodox, express your interest in becoming a catechumen. He might have a process. Every priest has a different, they develop their own ways of doing things. And so he might want you to do, come to services for a certain amount of time. He says, keep coming. He might say, come for 6 months, and then we'll talk about, or go for a year. Some priests say, I want you to be coming to all the services for a year. Yes, stay away from true Orthodox. Well, maybe I'll get to that. Some priests might say, well, I'd like you to go through a year, before we baptize you or something like that. So keep going. Just come to churches, the services on Sunday, and don't get discouraged if maybe the priest is like taking more time than you would like. Maybe you're getting impatient and you want to become Orthodox, you want to get baptized, you want to become a catechumen, and he's taking his time, or maybe he's busy and you can't talk to the priest a lot, and he's kind of hard to get access to the priest. Well, get to know the other people. Talk to the deacon. You can, there's other clergy. Talk to the readers and the deacons. They can answer questions for you just as well. Go to any classes. Go to any classes that they offer. That's a good time to do that. And but keep going to the services, because don't get impatient, because you're going to have to be going to liturgy every Sunday, whether you're baptized or not. So just get in that habit as an inquirer. I'm going to go to church on Sunday. As a catechumen, I go to church every Sunday. That's what I do. As a baptized Orthodox Christian, I'm going to keep going to church every Sunday. So that's what you should know. Matthew Johnson says, stay away from anyone using true Orthodox in their bio. Yes, this has kind of been a hot topic on X. I need to get off X. It's so toxic. I go on there and I waste hours a day or however much. I don't know. I maybe I should be checking I don't know how long I stay on there, but it's probably an hour or more a day. It's not good. Don't go to a parish that says true Orthodox or genuine Orthodox or true Orthodox or the very best, or just Orthodox. There's a website I can pull up for people. Let me navigate to the website first, and I'll pull it up for people. This is a website that everyone needs to know. And it is maybe I should I know I have it saved here in my, there is, okay. It's the canonical, it's a assembly. There we go. Directories. Okay. I can share my screen now for people. So here is a website. So this is assemblyofbishops.org. And so Assembly of Canonical Orthodox Bishops. So if you're becoming Orthodox, and this, I'm getting away from my topic. I'll have to circle back to it eventually, because I made a thumbnail and all that. Maybe I forgot to upload the thumbnail. I think I did. I'll have to add it later. Anyhow, so canonical, like the Orthodox Church, it's clear. The Orthodox Church, we know where the church is and where it isn't. It's not in your heart. The church is not something that's in your heart. The church, we actually have a church that's made up of people and buildings and tradition, and it's not just in your heart. And we know it's fairly sure, it's pretty actually black and white where the church is and where it isn't. We know what churches are canonical. We know what bishops are canonical. They're in these things called, I think they're called diptychs. Is that how you pronounce it? And we know our apostolic succession going back to the apostles, and so we know who's canonical. We know who is in the church and who's not, and we know which churches are canonical. And you can go here and search. So where do I live? Okay, let's say I live in, I don't know where you live, sir. I'm not sure this is a hypothetical person. I live in, let's just pick, okay, since we're on Indiana, let's write Indiana here. And then, boom, you got these parishes. There's parishes pop up, and you can just go here and pick which one's closest to you, and people say, which one do you want to go to? I'm in Rocor. I like Rocor. I recommend Rocor, but so here's a parish, but you just go to you don't want to, you want to pick a church that's close to you. And when you're picking a church, so that's that website. It's assemblyofbishops.org/directories. And that's how you find, a church close to you. And let's say there's multiple churches close to you, you got to decide between them, right? I don't necessarily want to bash any jurisdictions, but there is such a thing as, liberal jurisdictions and more conservative jurisdictions. There is true. So I mean, I like the Slavic tradition, the Serbian Orthodox Church, the Russian Orthodox Church. Those are good ones that stay true. It's a good sign if the church is on the old calendar. That means they're likely gonna be more traditional. But if there's a Orthodox church, if there's no other Orthodox church near you, then a new calendar OCA parish, go. I mean, there's great priests, great people, there's holy people, in all these different jurisdictions. And then if there's multiple parishes, I'd recommend visiting the ones that are closest to you, and drive time is a thing. I mean, if you're going to be going every Sunday, you don't want to be driving 2 hours. So you might end up picking the church that's closest to you. I only have to drive like 15 minutes. It's wonderful. Life is good. So once and then if there's, like I said, if there's multiple parishes, you will go and visit each and see which one you like better, which priest you like, and who you could see yourself working with, maybe the community, maybe you fit better into a community, and then you pick one and you go from there. Father Spiridon Bailey is good. And I think the two best YouTubers are Father Spiridon Bailey and Abbot Trifon. So there you have a priest and a monk. So you have a family member in the choir. Well, yes, of course you should talk to them. My background is bleeding into my head. Yeah. Maybe I should get a green screen. Anybody got a spare green screen or a deal? Like if I had a green screen, we wouldn't have this disappearing hands and stuff like that. You want to check Virginia? You want me to check Virginia for you? Okay. And we might actually, now that you're talking about Virginia, I mean, it's even better if you know somebody. Like I could maybe I could like send out a tweet and I could say, hey, any of you in the Virginia area, I'm sure someone out there will know the good parishes and what parish to go to. It's entirely possible. It's better to like have a one-to-one, someone can be there even. And like I just had a friend who was thinking of going to, when I was up at Fashion Island, my friend Steve was like, Abbot Trifon told him to go to, Abbot Trifon told Steve to go to the cathedral. And so I knew a friend who goes to the cathedral and said, hey, could you show him around? And so that was an introduction to the Rocourt Cathedral in Seattle. And that made him feel at home that he knew somebody there, So, I mean, I'm almost sure there's someone following me somewhere that goes to one of these parishes in Virginia. So here we go. It looks like we've got 3 parishes here in Virginia, and there may be more. This seems a little, maybe, I don't know. Let's widen our search here. It seems like, yeah, look, you're dotted with parishes. I don't know what city you are in. But there's all sorts of parishes here. I know someone in Maryland. I know there's some good ones in the DC area. But I mean, a lot of Greek, OCA, Ukrainian, Holy Myrrh Bearers. Maybe check that one out. Right, there's some Russian Orthodox ones here. So just use this tool, and I can even like maybe send me a message on Twitter or Telegram. I'm at Young Penitent everywhere. Okay, so you can get a hold of me. I'm not youngpenitent@gmail.com, and we could probably hook you up with find someone who knows a good parish in your area. I don't know if you want to, dox yourself online and tell me where you are, but Miriam says, I wish we had an Orthodox church close to me. The closest one is an hour and a half away. I'm happy for the people who can attend. Yeah, so an hour and a half away. I mean, some people make that drive every Sunday, but that's going to be tough. Like, that's understandable if you don't go every week, but maybe once a month or work it out. That does make it tough for people. Oh, wow. Tim Miller sends a $10 super sticker. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. From Arkansas. All right. Does anybody live in Virginia? Anybody in the audience? Anybody know a good place in Virginia? So I kind of got, I guess this can be kind of, I can field questions kind of stream too. I could just talk. I'll get around eventually to what I was going to talk about, my struggles with ketogenic diet. But I think it was another interesting thing that happened this week was, let's see, we had Bitcoin went up, got new all-time high. So Bitcoin went up to what, 123,000, which is just surged up, and this is the hourly chart. It's coming down now to, which when you get a big pump like this, you can kind of expect things to fall down. People take profits, and looks like there's some support here in this region where it's at right now. I'd expect it to bounce soon. When it starts coming down like this, people are buying it. This is actually coming into a good. I mean, if you don't have any exposure and you want, I mean, because I mean, Bitcoin's kind of looking like, you know, you zoom out a little bit, and it's just, this is an uptrend here on the daily, and you see this like pattern here. It's I'm not really like necessarily a, you know, professional or anything, but I know a little bit, and it's got this triangle here, right? You know, and this is like, these kind of triangles tend to keep, it's like pointing up almost. And so it tapped here, tried to break through this resistance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and went through. So it's going to come back down probably and bounce again, is what I'd expect. And we're going to have like a fun summer if you're invested in crypto. I'll tell everyone a fun story here. I was invested in this one, XLM. I bought it over here, you know, like somewhere around here. And then, fun story, I sold right there. And then XLM went on this massive run. It's been like on a heater. It's probably like top coins for the week. Are any of you guys in crypto? Any of the audience? Anything? So, let's see. What is the question? Developing a trading range. Is there a range? Let's see. Going back to BTC. Bitcoin's not actually, I have some Bitcoin, but well, I don't know about range. We're kind of breaking out of like a range that was like here, you know, like we kind of had a range going for a while, up here, down, up, down, and we broke up out of the range. So, you know, like I said, here's like this support level, you know, down here on this daily chart. Yeah, this was the range here. So we've broken out of the range. And so I'd expect it, if it comes back down, you know, this might take a few days. I guess there's a CPI tomorrow, so people get nervous before the consumer price index comes out. So that's why it's going down today. But I'd expect it to, you know, bounce somewhere here and resume upward. And then I'm going to be, you know, it's always the hardest thing to do is to sell, you know, like when it's up, take profits. That's the hardest part about trading. So I'm going to be, you know, I guess I have a kind of a number in my mind of like where I want my portfolio to be before I sell and take some profits and go looking elsewhere to park that money. Chimpin for churros. I haven't seen this name in a while. I remember this username from a long time ago. This person used to be a watch my live streams like when I was a really small channel, I think. So welcome back, sir. Yeah, I had like a, you know, a couple hundred subscribers or something, and this guy was there, if I remember. He says, if anyone is looking for a church around Raleigh, North Carolina, All Saints Antiochian Parish is thriving and has an amazing priest. The deacons are great as well, and the community is thriving. Thriving. Good. That's good. It's good, especially if like you got like babies. Everyone's making babies. People are getting married. That's a thriving community, right? That's a good. If the babies aren't crying, the church is dying, they say. And he's saying, I'm starting to invest in XRP. That's my biggest bag. My biggest bag is XRP. So that's actually probably a good move for you. So XRP has been been in this kind of had this big triangle here. It's broken out. So, we had this here. Symmetrical triangle, healthy kind of consolidation, and then it's broken out. And it might come back down. These kind of things can test these trend lines. So this could come back down here like this, so don't necessarily, if it goes below here, you want to sell, below $2 or whatever. Would be bad. But even bigger than this though, is, let's see. Yeah. Let's go like monthly or something. I don't know. Like this is like one of those ISO whatever coins, ISO 2022 or something. I don't know. I know a little bit. I'm not starting your crypto journey. Well, XRP is a good way to start. I'm gonna if it gets up to like $9 or $10 for XRP, that's when I'm gonna be like start taking some profits, which I think it will, but we'll see. Bitcoin, another way to barter. Puff pipe. Enjoy your pipe, sir. Oh, a new range form is what I mean. So he thinks it's going to go crab walking. It could, it might take a couple of weeks, I guess. Yeah, it could. I don't know. We'll see. I guess it could go. It could take days, months, weeks. We don't really know. Maybe a new. If it does start to bounce around here, hopefully, it could do that, but kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not what am I doing? I'm like pretending to be a crypto expert here, but people like it, people like to, so many babies. Yeah, people, I got a guy in Parish who's saying you got to do crypto every week. You got to do a crypto update. And so I need to get some guys on here. I did the Bitcoin with Mr. Westford. I did a whole interview on Bitcoin with him. Yeah, if it dips, that's a good time to buy. That's when you want to buy. So yeah, I need to get line up a couple more interviews with people who can tell us something about crypto and we can talk about it and stuff. Oh, another super sticker from Tim Miller. Tim Miller, $20. Thank you, sir. Wow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Maybe I should get around to talking about what I was going to talk about was, and besides interacting with the chat, my keto journey. So if you're a follower of the channel, I've been I have mental illness, schizoaffective disorder, which is schizophrenia plus bipolar. And I have to take these medications, these terrible neuroleptic medications. And they did these tests on monkeys. And they gave the monkeys neuroleptics and they measured the gray matter of the brain of these monkeys before and after taking the neuroleptics. And long term, taking neuroleptic medications shrinks your brain. And so that's why I'm not smart anymore. I used to be brilliant. I used to be a genius, but not anymore. Now I'm kind of slow. I'm kind of blank. Like lately, I've just been feeling like blank. So I want to get off the medications. I want to. It's bad for your liver, bad, shrinks your brain, makes you slow, hard to read, hard to concentrate, hard to read books. Of course, that's kind of questionable because, part of that might be just using social media because I talk to a lot of people. They're like, yeah, I can't read anymore. Multiple people. Multiple people I've talked to have trouble reading anymore. They and they say it's because we scroll through social media and so it's one thing to the next and you can't concentrate anymore. So we need to stop using social media so much. That might help. But actually, it's also true that taking neuroleptics makes it hard to concentrate. Somnolence, that's what they call it, side effect of the medication. So I want to get off this medication. I always want to. I've been taking it for 20 years. So I mean, and lately there's this new thing. Actually, there's a guy I wanted. Guy named Bazuki. I want to bring him on. I might offer him to bring him on. I need to start courting this guy for an interview. Let's see. I'm gonna just show you guys this guy's channel, which you guys could check out if you were interested. But let me see. Here. So I'm gonna share this. There's this guy named Matt, and I'm gonna get around in comments. But this is a nice little stream. I got like the comment section is not going too fast, but there's activity there. I like this, just a few people watching. I can address the comments. It doesn't go so fast that you just get lost, like if would happen if there was hundreds of people. So this is a nice chill stream. I'm kind of enjoying this. Thank you all for being here. So here's this guy, Matt Bazuki. Okay. And he is like one of the guys who got this thing started, this whole metabolic psychiatry movement or ketogenic treating. This guy, he, was like, he got bipolar and it was ruining his life basically. And then somehow, I don't remember his full story. I want to get him on, actually. I'd like to interview this guy if I could. And so he started using ketogenic diet and he could get off his medication. He lost all this weight. And so his parents, I guess his parents had some money that they started the Bazuki initiative, or I don't know what they call it. It's like the Matt Bazuki fund, or it's some fund. They're funding research. And so they're researching ketogenic diet for mental illness. And this is this whole push that's been going on for like the last, I don't know how many years, couple of years. It's becoming more popular. It's a bigger thing. And so I found out about it. There's people on YouTube and people are doing this publicly, and I'm now doing that. I'm kind of sharing with my audience this that I'm trying to do ketogenic therapy because some people can reduce their medications or get off their medications by going on the ketogenic diet. And I've talked about this before. I've been trying to do ketogenic diet for like a couple of years off and on. I did the carnivore diet, but I wasn't super successful. I would test myself. I have a blood ketone meter that I would prick myself and test my blood. Sometimes I'm in ketosis. Sometimes I'm not, even if I'm eating like 20 grams of carbs a day or less, which is like, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter is 20 grams of carbs. Like that's to give you an idea of how many carbs you can eat a day. You could eat 20 grams of 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, like more or less. It's not much. So you have to eat very low carbs, almost no sugar. It's tough. It's like such a restrictive diet. And I'm a disciplined person, like I go to the gym. I haven't missed a workout in 5 years, and it's not hard for me to do that. But the ketogenic diet I'm finding is tough. It's hard. It's hard for me to get into ketosis. I think I've been eating too much protein because I was doing like a carnivore-ish kind of ketogenic diet. So I think I need help. I think I'm looking into trying to find a dietitian or a nutritionist or coach, someone, or a online community or something. I need help doing this diet, getting my ketones up, because my doctor said he wants me to be in a continuous state of ketosis, preferably with higher ketone levels, before we start titrating off the medicine or reducing the medicine, which is my goal. So this is like, I feel like my life is over if I can't get off this medicine. Like I won't be able to read, and what am I going to do? What am I going to just scroll through social media for the rest of my life? And, like maybe like if I wasn't on this medicine, I could, be more motivated, have more energy and goal oriented. I could go out and maybe work full time or get another job instead of this like menial labor that I do. So, I've been having like knee problems and shoulder problems and stuff. I've been working as a groundskeeper, but I don't think I want to do that for the rest of my life. I don't think I can. I'm going to fall apart. So that is my struggle. I'm struggling to get my ketones up. I measure them, to be like in ketosis, it's got to be like 0.5 millimoles of beta hydroxybutyrate, I think it is called. It's the one that they measure. And I'm usually like 0.3 to 0.5, or, sometimes I'm in ketosis, but to be therapeutic, it's got to be like up to like one millimoles per liter or something like that. So, let me know if any of you guys have tried the ketogenic diet, if you're having success, if you have any tips for me. Also, if you have questions that are related more to orthodoxy, you're welcome to throw them in the chat. I'll try to do the best I can. Let's see. I'm going back up here. Trail Hiker North, he's got his own coin coming, Steve-O coin, coming up by the end of this year. Ooh, you better keep me in the loop, man. I'll buy it. Like, tell me when it's going to drop, and I'll buy it. If I go to x.com, I actually me and my friends made a coin. We did a CTO, and I'm going to show you guys that coin. And let's see, it was Russia coin. Okay. I'm going to show you. It's still up on X. Okay. This is fun. So we did a CTO, me and my friends. We were because like about a year and a half ago, like there was this country coin narrative going on, and so we're like, okay, Russia coin. And so here we got Russia coin. We made this. Someone else made it, and we like CTO'd it. So community takeover. And so it didn't really work. Like it was a pump fund. So here I don't think we even ever got it off of pump fund. But so we tried like made a Telegram, and we had an X and made some posts. This is the post I made. Oh, that was here comes, what was the post? Here come the oarsmen from the lands of the Rus. And actual picture of Russia landing on the moon. This is what it was supposedly looked like. Russia landed this on the moon without a human being, I guess, like before us, apparently. So the idea was to be like kind of a right wing or conservative kind of, like we love Russia, I guess here. Like I don't know. So that was fun. So it looks like some people are always doing let's see. I am still very smart. That's what I tell myself when I go to bed at night. I am still smart. People love me. Do I know about Dr. Pete? Which Dr. Pete is this? Oh, Patitsas. Dr. Pete Patitsas I don't know him. I've never heard of him, but I guess I can look him up. Is he got a YouTube channel? I don't know. I've been looking into this peptide called BPC 157. It's supposed to promote tissue repair, regeneration, anti-inflammatory, improve gut health, blood flow, and potentially neuroprotective. Can you even get peptides in America anymore? I didn't they like outlaw them? Oh, you just started it. Where are you getting these? You must order them from China or something like that. Yeah, that was a Viking boat. Like I guess the Rus were oarsmen. They were Vikings. Scanning, Nick FLP says, scanning for info. Foods high in magnesium like beans, almonds, cashews, and peanuts may help increase the effectiveness of medication. I mean, the medication is effective, you know. I want to get off the medication. That's the thing. I just had my doctor check my magnesium, like my RBC or something like that, or yeah, RBC magnesium, and it was actually good. He was actually happy with it, and he's not just your run of the mill doctor. My doctor is a functional medicine doctor, in which I've been treated by functional. I think highly of functional medicine doctors, by the way. They seem to know their stuff. They're well educated. They're like not conventional doctors, you know. But I do take magnesium. I can even show you guys how I take it. This is actually a good way. Let's see. So this is how I take magnesium water. Step by step. This is at drdavisinfinitehealth.com. So I take sparkling water, just, you know, club soda or sparkling or just seltzer water, actually, and milk of magnesia. And milk of magnesia is magnesium oxide. And in the sparkling water, there's carbon dioxide. And so you pour a little bit of the magnesium oxide into the carbon dioxide water. The oxidation, it combines. There's a chemical reaction. This is like the cheapest way and also the best way to take magnesium, because it's cheap and it's highly bioavailable. It's absorbable. And so it reacts and it becomes magnesium bicarbonate, because the carbonation mixes with the magnesium oxide. So it becomes a new chemical, and it's magnesium bicarbonate, which is the form that is in mineral water. Like let's say you buy some, Pellegrino water from Italy. It's got magnesium. It's got minerals. It's mineral water. That's the form of magnesium that's in mineral water. So I've been taking this. I add a little bit to my water, and I've been taking this for like 10 years or something like that. And so that's why I believe that so here you just pour it in there, shake it up, let it sit, let it react, and then you're done. So that's the here's the recipe. So 3 tablespoons milk of magnesia, 2 liter seltzer water, and just drink that every day. Drink kind of work your way up. That's the best way to take magnesium. It's magnesium bicarb. Trail hiker I will let YP bros know so you guys can get in. I eat a lot of sardines. I don't know if Oh, that's the guy. Mount Athos Diet. He has a book and channel. Right. I've heard of that guy. I'm following him on X. Um, I eat a lot of sardines. That's like my breakfast a lot of days is trying to do keto, like especially during a fast or something. Oh, you get them online. You can get the peptides online. Interesting. All right. Yeah, magnesium is like one of the, like if you're gonna like be doing supplements, just like which ones do I take? I think vitamin C, magnesium, those are probably like the first couple, like the most important ones to take. It won't break the bank. Okay, so wow, we've run up to, I don't know. Matt wanted me to do this. He sent me this link to, I guess I could comment on this. Where is that? Where is that quote you gave me? I don't know if I really want to get it. I mean, I don't know that I necessarily should be even talking about this, but we can talk about it, I guess, before I wrap up. One more little news piece here. So this is, warning, kind of sensitive, but prominent Catholic apologist, voice of reason, accused of grooming teen, sexting multiple women. So, I guess I don't know if this is proof. Like you could just couldn't. It seems like a little too. Like if you actually read, what this says, like it just seems like couldn't they just fake this? Couldn't somebody who wanted to slander someone like just create a fake, like a fake text exchange here? I don't know if what he said, if this is true or not. Like I'm a little hesitant to just like, come out and say, this guy. I mean, if this is true, like that this guy's been doing illegal things, like tell the police, I mean, it's not good. What if this is true, don't do that, it's like that's kind of off limits, the kids, there's a cutoff and that's off limits, folks. But I just let, I would just let, police, if you have evidence for this kind of thing, why are you posting it on social media? Wouldn't you post it, give it to the police, and then the police will take him in custody and take him out of population if he's an offender? Like there was a guy I had, there was an Orthodox guy that this kind of thing happened to like a few months ago. I actually interviewed. I guess there was some accusations that there was an Orthodox guy who had done some things when he was younger, and so they were talking about this on X for days, and they actually did go to the police, and in the end, the police said, yeah, well, this was a long time ago. He doesn't seem to be a threat anymore. These are some behaviors that he has stopped. And so we're not going to pursue charges. People wanted him to go to jail. Like people on X were throwing this Orthodox guy under the bus and saying, we want him to go to jail. He didn't. The police handled it, I don't know why necessarily people want to, like, I guess, is this like the, or is this like, has Orthodox versus Catholic apologetics gotten to the level now that we're going to try to dig up dirt on each other to discredit each other's religion? And, like that's kind of sinking kind of low. Maybe people are like getting clicks from it, I guess, I don't know. I mean, we condemn with every, we condemn these kind of actions if they're true, and this kind of behavior, and that can't be accepted, but I don't really want to add to that conversation necessarily myself. Oh, okay. So this guy knows what's going on. He says the girl outed him via email to her diocese. So I'm guessing she's Catholic, and she emailed her Catholic. Like, okay, how did this stuff get made public though? Like, wouldn't the diocese take the evidence, go to the police? I'm not sure. I guess I don't know the whole story, but so I mean, that's that. I mean, I don't know. Twitter outrage. So I don't know. I didn't really want to cover that story, but you want to hear my thoughts on it. That's my thoughts. I didn't prepare ahead of time. That's just what came to mind when I looked at the thing. So I don't know. I'm trying not to add to that conversation if I can. I kind of try to avoid the spicier, if the very contentious conversations on X if I can. I need to get off that platform, man. That thing is just like it's terrible. It's terrible. Sadly, chum for X for a while. We will see. I'm not sure what that means. What does that mean? Chum for X for a while. We will see if he repents. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if that's like a repeated behavior and there's multiple people, authorities will take care of it, right? I mean, he'd have to go to jail if that's true, if he did something with these girls, so. All right, so that's the stream for tonight. Thank you guys for being here and keeping me company. And I need to do this more. I need to just go live and just talk. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining. This has been a nice chill stream. Catch you guys in the next one. Out.